Before we begin reading Chapter 3, I just want to do a quick reminder about Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, we left off with the boy debating on whether or not he should tell his dad about the money he has earned through mowing lawns. So now we're going to see what he does next in Chapter 3. Let's go ahead and open your books to page 13. Chapter 3. The law of increasing product demand versus flat production capacity. I know that there's some words here that are a little big for you. That's why I've provided you with a vocabulary page before you begin reading. So try and go and look at those before beginning this book so you have a better understanding of what those words are when you see them in the chapter. Okay, Chapter 3. There was a second then, or a minute, or maybe even a day, when things could have remained sort of normal. The next day, I moved the mower farther into the richer part of the neighborhood, where the lawns began to get larger, while my mower seemed to get smaller. Of course, it didn't really, but that's how it felt. Soon, it became obvious that I could only do 3 or maybe 4 lawns a day if I worked from just before dawn to just after dark. And while it's true that the owners of the larger yards paid me more, I was getting $30 to $40 a lawn the second day. There was also the distance factor. I had to ride the lawnmower from lawn to lawn, and as I moved farther from our house, that meant it would take me longer to get home at night, putt-putting down the edge of the street on the mower. Plus, I had to stop every few hours to buy more gas, and that really chewed up on my time, even more than the bigger yards. Great mower, small tank. I must have been the only kid my age in what felt like a 10-block radius who hadn't signed up for a sleepaway summer camp, or who wasn't on baseball and or swim and or tennis teams that summer. I was burned out on sports after spring baseball league. All the older guys had real jobs, like at the Clucket Bucket or the Dairy Whip, and all the guys my age were mostly busy or gone. So I had a long summer full of nothing ahead of me, almost as if I'd known how things were going to work out, which of course I hadn't. More and more people wanted their lawns mowed. On the second day, I had 8 jobs, and the fact was that I had fast approaching my limit. 3 lawns a day, plus refilling the tank from time to time, was all I could manage, and I would have to mow the lawns every week. 3 lawns a day, once a week, 21 lawns if I worked 7 days, dawn till dark, no days off, making approximately $630 a week. It seemed like a staggering whop of money. Summer was 12 weeks long, which meant that by the end of vacation I would have made over $7,500. Way more than I needed to buy a new inner tube for my old 10-speed. And of course, there would be no vacation, which ran through my head as I worked. No vacation, no summer fun, no bike trips with my best friend Alan when he came to visit his father in the summer. No vacation. $7,500. No summer fun. $7,500. I had just finished the second yard of the second day, and I was already a little sick of the sight of grass, grass, grass. The only sound in the world seemed to be the sound of the mower. The vibration of the seat was the only feeling my butt had ever known. And then I met Arnold. He showed up on the sidewalk when I started the 3rd yard of the day. Another customer, I thought. I had plenty of time to study him as I mowed toward him. Very short, I'm pretty short, and he wasn't much taller than me, and kind of round. Not fat, not heavy, just round. Everything about him was round. Rounded shoulders, hips, arms, legs, even his head was a ball. And his haircut looked like somebody had put a large bowl on his head and cut around it with scissors. Wild clothes. I saw a 70s show on television once, and everybody had shirts with impossibly long collars and colored patterns that looked like maybe somebody had taken a bucket of flowers and dipped it in paint and thrown it at the actors. That was Arnold's style. And he had a wide, wild tie and a kind of sport coat that looked suede but was cut with wide lapels, and shoulders and a narrow waist that didn't look too good on his round body. He looked like somebody who had flunked clown school. It was hard not to smile. He waved as I approached, and I stopped and pulled the throttle back to Turtle. I liked that. Turtle or rabbit, not written, not fast or slow, just a picture of a turtle or a rabbit. Everything should be like that. Highway signs, posted signs in the hallways at school, turtles or rabbits. It's so simple. I heard you're the new lawn boy. I nodded. He went on, my name is Arnold Howell, and I'm over here, and I'm over there on the corner. How much would you like to charge for my lawn? I looked past him. It was a good size, but flat and with not much detail work. Would $40 be all right? $35 would be better. Well, other people had been paying me $40 for a lawn that big, and that seemed fair. I guess. The thing is, I'm having a cash flow problem. And I'll have to scramble to find even $35. I'm a stockbroker, and I work from home, and I'm a bit overextended right now. All of which was more than I needed or wanted to know. But he seemed okay, and I thought he had an honest face, which turned out to be right, except that I'm not sure what a dishonest face would look like. Maybe a sneaky turtle, or a shifty rabbit. Tell you what, he said, how would you like to barter? Take it out in the trade. I don't know what you mean. I didn't think he'd have anything I wanted, not clothes, especially not clothes. Like I said, I work out of my home. I do mostly day trading, work the small board, so to speak. I mean, it's far out, a real groovy way back to work. And I make a nickel now and then, moving this and that. Was he crazy, or one of those people with something loose in his brain? Somehow he forgot he was talking to a 12-year-old kid with an old riding mower who knew nothing about the stock market. So, you're too young to have an account of your own, but I could run the $35 I owe you in on my account and make a purchase for you. It would be in my name, but you would get the proceeds. What do you think? I don't know what you're talking about. You're going to buy something for me with money you owe me but don't have? Exactly. What are you going to buy? Stock. What stock? Shares in a company. You would buy shares in a company. Why? Because then if the company does well, the shares go up in value, and you sell them to someone else and make money. That's how the stock market works. It's that simple? Well, yes. With a whole bunch of rules and regulations and controls, that's pretty much how it works. And you always make money? He shook his head. Not always. That's the beauty of it. If the stock you buy goes down, you lose money. Oh. You have to be aware of that and buy carefully. Well then, the secret is to only buy stock that goes up. Arnold nodded. How hard can it be? I shrugged. I didn't have a clue what he was talking about, but it seemed pretty basic. and I had pockets full of money. I hadn't figured out where in the house to hide it where my mother couldn't find it, so I kept it jammed in my pockets. Arnold made it all seem so easy. Let's do it. Now that we have finished chapter 3, you are going to go over and complete your reading response question.